Hi, everybody. This is your announcement for Philosophy 101. Today is, or this week is, November 4th. Today's actually November 3rd. I do these on Sunday mornings. But anyway, you will see this November 4th. Um, and we are just moving along here. We're in November now. I want to thank everybody for your comments about that software I used. I will use that from time to time. I don't know that if you want to. I don't know that you want to see it every single week, but I will use that from time to time to kind of help you to see where we're at in the class, and to emphasize how important it is to move through the modules page by page as we go. Okay, so last week, excuse me, you completed your discussion on justice. It was an interesting discussion that I saw, and I guess as expected, I think most students decide that it's Thrasymachus's view of justice that is seen more in society. But I really like that many of you, kind of saw more complexities to it than that. So I'm looking forward to digging in and reading your comments that you wrote last week about uh, about those two views of philosophy and how they fit into the situation of the Memphis sanitation workers strike. Okay, so for this week, we move on to Module 5. And Module 5 asks a new question, and that is, what is the meaning of existence? Okay, so this is kind of the meaning of life module that we'll do here. And we're going to look at a specific type of philosophy that is called existentialism. Okay, and we're going to be looking at existentialism from one point of view. And I wish we had time to do more work in this area. There are definitely more than one existentialist philosopher, but we're going to look at Jean-Paul Sartre, who was a French philosopher. He wrote in the 20th century, so he's, I guess, the most contemporary philosopher that we'll study in our class. Well, one of the most contemporary philosophers. So I really like this module because I think these are really interesting questions, and I really enjoy the reading that I've assigned for you. Okay, so what you're going to do is to read, and it's going to be a part of an essay that Sartre wrote, and it's called "Existentialism is a Humanism," and it's a it's a commentary that explains existentialism from Sartre's point of view. So read that. And also you have a self-check quiz. And then your discussion, let's see here. I'm just going through the module. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Excuse me. Okay. So when you, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like fumbling around here. Okay. All right. Now I'm back. So in your learning activities and assessments, I have a two-part lecture. Okay, so make sure that you watch both of my videos there, because that will help to explain Sartre's reading, the writing. It's not the easiest reading, so if you watch my videos, that will help you. I'll explain the reading a little bit to you, so hopefully it'll help you to understand it better. Okay, there is a self-check quiz. And there is a discussion as well. Let's see, there's our self-check quiz, and there's our discussion. Okay, so in the discussion, make sure that you base your answers using the text. And the second question is about freedom, and it says, does the freedom that discusses in his essay necessarily result in the sense of a sense of responsibility in humans. Okay, so there you're going to be talking about how Sartre talks about freedom and how freedom impacts human existence. Okay, and the reason I'm emphasizing this is that students tend to misunderstand this question. So be sure to think about that. Think about how Sartre talks about freedom and how freedom, excuse me, impacts our human existence. Okay, so what does it mean? What do we feel as a result of having this freedom? What realization do we come to have? And you'll see that in the text. He talks about this. He'll talk about the old story of Abraham being asked by God to sacrifice Isaac. And he uses that as an example to talk about the sense of responsibility that we have, or that he says we have. Okay, so that's your discussion for this week. It is due on November 10th. Okay, so which is in a week. All right, so that's what we're doing this week for this week. If you have any questions, or if you have questions about the reading, get in touch with me, and I will try to help you with that. Okay. All right. So I hope you all have a good week. We're getting close to the home stretch here of the semester, so hang in there and keep up the good work. Okay. I will see you next time. Bye.